Hi, this is the start of my devlog. Not for the dream game I hope to make by the end of it all, but for the general mini projects that I hope to achieve before getting into my dream game. And if you somehow stumbled across this, then you might be going through something similar, because that's how the YouTube algorithm is. Unless the algorithm just tossed you this for some reason. But I love talking about the projects I have and going, oh, it'd be cool to do, this or that. And when I gush about them, I find myself to be more motivated than usual. So most of the time when I gush or yap, whatever, it's usually at work or outside of being at home, because that's how I pass the time. That's how I make it go faster. But then when I get home, even on extended days off, I find myself lacking the motivation to even get started, because I'm either exhausted or the mood is gone. And I'm just hoping that talking about the little things that I plan to accomplish into a mic will to build my portfolio and experience as a game dev, that I'll find myself motivated to hopefully do more and hold myself more accountable to actually getting the stuff done. These will be mostly off script, probably not well constructed. I'll mess with the audio just a little bit, because I'm not a monster. I understand the importance of good audio, and I'd like to listen to myself, talk about it as a means to remind myself what I had told myself I was going to do, without worrying how horrible or struggling to hear what I'm even talking about. So this might not be podcast high-end quality or anything, but I will give it a fair shot. It might take a few episodes, a few weeks to actually find that happy medium, but that's just how it's going to be. But in general, this is more to keep myself on track. But time to actually get into what these devlogs will probably be. I am currently working with Godot. I've been on and off Godot for probably the past year and a half, earnestly trying to do stuff with it. I've gotten a lot more comfortable with coding right now, with GDScript in general, but I found myself following tutorials instead of using tutorials to expand, and I was too much taking in the orders and not taking in the knowledge. So the first thing I'm going to do is revisit my Zenva classes. I just bought a Godot bundle from Humble Bundle and plan to take a few courses. I've done this before, but as I said, wasn't really taking in the knowledge. I was just following orders. Specifically the 4 minigame courses. Once I complete those, I plan to use what I covered in those lessons to build something original from them. Just general small baby steps, and hoping that I can maybe make something small and draw a few assets to put it out there, on itch.io for free or something like that. But that's how I plan to start. Hopefully next week I have at least finished the 4 minigames, and I could think of something on the in-between. So if you've listened until the very end, then thank you. I will be back next week, probably around Mondays. I think Mondays will be good.